Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush. With me, your host, Kris, a.k.a. Mini Wargamer Kris, a.k.a. The Name Butcher, a.k.a. I'm all over the case. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of miniature painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning, you know, no holds barred, and we'll talk about anything and everything. And of course, we usually end up getting derailed, of course, because the monkeys will start laughing about something, and, you know, we'll end up just talking about whatever kind of crazy crap pops into everybody's head. So be warned. Of course, if you are joining me live, you can ask your questions in the chat if you're a first-time viewer. And, of course, you feel free to ask whatever question pops into your head. There might be something kind of bugging you about, you know, technique, what have you, terminologies, you know, any of these kind of things that might be mystifying you. Feel free to ask your questions. Of course, I'll be happy to answer your question. Of course, if I don't get to your question, the monkeys will also answer, as well as they are very knowledgeable folk and are very helpful and are happy to help. Of course, if you're not watching me live, you can ask your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Of course, you can join me on wayofthebrush.com, and that's kind of the central hub of everything these days, as it has links to the Discord, the Twitter, the Instagram, what else? Well, these video feeds, and, the Monkey Shrine. Everybody that's purchased a Way of the Brush t-shirt, I do want you guys to send me pictures of yourselves in your shirts for the Monkey Shrine. It needs it. I need it because it's a Monkey Shrine. And what's a Monkey Shrine without pictures of monkeys in it? So, you know, I need more. More. Lot more. And so, of course, and as we're always talking about monkeys, who's joining us today? I can see George joining us over on Twitch right now. I can see hello, George. I can see the list keeps moving on me here. I can see Sugar's. He's doing the emoji. I don't know what that means. Bleep bloop. Evening monkeys. Ishyab. Aloha all. Good day to you, Kris, and the rest of the monkeys out there. Get ready. Here's one exciting show coming up. Don't oversell it, dude. Jeez Louise. Mad Cow Crazy. I no longer get an email notification the show is going live. Have to use the alarm clock. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, click the little bell thing. I don't know. Because I also send out an email thing, and I also send out a Twitter as well. So if you follow me on Twitter, you definitely are keeping up on what's going on with Kris, because it's easier for me to do on my phone. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm still laying in bed and it's like almost 12 o'clock, it's like, I'm not doing the show today. So that's usually what happens. Sugars, ahoy. Clayton Tate, wah of the brush. That's if we still had Dan here. If Dan was here, and then we would have wah of the brush. Wherever Dan is these days. Dan is off being Dan, I guess. Matthew Adami, can we get a show about serious topics like last time? Hate groups, anyone? William Davidson, I get it as a subscriber notification. Try changing subscriber settings. Maybe. Ebb and Flow, blah, what's up, everybody? Damian Herbert, there he is. The Monkey King. William Davidson, anywho, yay, made it for once. Sofa Bear, greeting Monkey Lord. Prawn Ham Dance, hello all. Sir Peanut Butter, morning peeps. Am I caught up on that part of it? Am I? No, that's the wrong window. Oops. I need this window. There we go. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Multiple windows going on here. Multiple windows. Prawn Ham Dance. Hello all, Sir Peanut Butter. Morning peeps. Bleep bloop. Ye all derails. Ben Ellis. Hello, Monkey Lord. Matthew Dammy. All out of your AKs. The US will be out of AKs too. Old Man Logan, good morning all. Another exciting episode of Way the Brush. Vasily Shimko. Hey Chris, and everyone who's not Chris. Ben Ellis. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. In little monkey emoticon thingies. Matthew Dammy, is it a nude monkey shrine? No, it's not a nude monkey shrine. Please, please. Only tasteful nudes. Only tasteful. George Hintz, have no fun? No, you have no fun? Where am I in the comments? I don't know. Haldane Urbanist, there he is. Hail monkeys and hail Chris. Old Man Logan, no nudes please. I value my eyes. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you want to see some of these monkeys in the raw. I don't know. I don't know if that's anything anybody wants to see. Especially considering that, you know, it's a very high male population of monkeys, so I don't know. Imagine maybe only 10% of you out there probably want to see that. Fear School, can you add some witch elves to your quick tips? Well, I'm currently doing Morathi. That's probably going to be next couple weeks. And then after that, I don't know. I might bounce around again to something else. Who knows? Who knows, really, where we're going to be a few weeks from now. Sofa Bear, witch elves, Fear School. I don't know. This is going to be a bad joke. Witch elves, Fear School? Witch elves, Fear School? Damien Herbert, coffee time? I think it is coffee time already. Sofa Bear, sorry, bad joke. Nick Fink, hello everyone. Ben Ellis, no Slanesh today. No, no, no. Keep that one away. Aaron Seach, my favorite part of Saturdays. Greetings, Chris, and my monkey brethren. My monkey brethren. Prawn Ham Dance. Tasteful like the nude Daughters of Cain. Tasteful. Yeah, tasteful. They're not nude. They got like bikini things on and stuff like that. I mean, like it's pretty consistent for how they do the witch elves. So I mean, you know, at least they're consistent. Dr. Santos, greeting monkeys. Haldane Urbanist, episode 194, Monkeys in the Raw. Do we have a title already? I don't know. Do we? Is that good? Is that already enough for a title for the show? I don't know. Big Friendly Wargamer, are we going to end up with a Way of the Brush Mankeys? Mankeys? I had an idea. I actually contacted somebody about this idea. And I wanted to know if you guys thought it would be something of interest. I'm not sure how, because I'm going to wait until after Adepticon to do it because there's just too much on my plate right now as it is. Well, not too much, but I'd rather deal with one project at a time kind of thing to give it my full attention, right? But I was in contact with an artist. He's somewhat local, and he's a sculptor, and he's pretty damn good. And I'm thinking about getting a Way of the Brush monkey sculpted. Now, I don't know if it'll be 28 millimeter or maybe 32, maybe a bit bigger. I don't know, but I'm thinking like a full body kind of guy, something kind of fun, you know, but also something, you know, like paintable, and you know what I mean. And so, yeah, it'll probably be a resin kit. I don't know if it'll be more than one part. The way this artist works, he likes, it looks like he can do like one cast kind of poses like really easily. So really good. I've seen his work. He's currently working on like a Thundercats project, and what was the other one? It was really good. Oh, he did a Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, hilarious. So yeah, and so I contacted this artist, and he would be able to fit me in his busy schedule. And but I'm thinking like after Adepticon, so not until, you know, April. But I'm thinking though, what do you guys think? Would that be something that, you know, would be of some value to anybody out there, or, you know, or am I just going to end up sitting on like 1,000 monkeys and nobody really wants them, and you know, because I think it'd be kind of fun. Because essentially, I'm thinking something kind of like how if you remember the previous logo that I had done for the monkey, which was like a full body pose, and he's kind of holding the brush on his shoulder. I was thinking something like that, but I also told the artist, like, you know, whatever they can kind of think of. I also wanted it to be kind of light, you know, kind of playful, not realistic, but not cartoony, you know, something in between, something like that, you know. So, yeah. But anyway, that's probably not going to be something, that's probably not going to happen until March. But then I wasn't sure if, you know, fronting the whole bill on everything, or if I did it like kind of like a Kickstarter where basically everybody just pitches in and then we make it happen. And we may just make it happen. I might do it as a Kickstarter or Indiegogo thing. I don't know. Just because, you know what I mean? I'd hate to eat the whole cost of it all and then, you know, nobody wants it. And so, you know, not until like years later. Maybe even for like, you know, giveaways and, you know, what have yous, right? I mean, maybe even do it like a painting contest. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of different directions we could go with it. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking of. Was Away the Brush Monkey. For giggles. But I wouldn't mind him being like a good size. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want like a 40K sized tamarin monkey, because tamarin monkeys are tiny, right? So, I mean, you know, I'd like him to be a good size. Like, if you were to compare it to a Space Marine, he's almost the size of a Space Marine kind of thing, right? So, yeah. How much? We don't know. We don't know how much. I have to work out exactly how much it's going to cost. Well, I've already pretty much got a rough estimate from him on what it's going to cost, but that's just a rough estimate. And then, of course, getting casting all done. I could cast myself, but there's also another guy, fairly local, who I think, who, you know, comes highly recommended. And I think I would cast with him because he can just, like, he's got the facilities to just do it. And so, yeah, I was thinking about that. But yeah, I mean, we're not talking a whole lot. And I'm talking maybe, I don't know. I'd have to work out exactly how much. 56 millimeters Inquisitor style. Prawn ham dents, yeah. Make him that big, like he's just this big a monkey. I don't know if that's too big. I think like about the 32 mil kind of scale. Like he's about like yay big. You know, almost like, you know, like a Space Marine sized almost. Maybe a bit smaller, but you know, around that kind of size. But yeah, big friendly wargamer. If it's 28 millimeter scale, it could count as a Joker or weaponsmith. Yeah, but I don't want any techno bits on them or anything like that, because, you know, yeah. But yeah, I think so. So yeah, so it seems like a lot of you guys are on board with that kind of idea. I kind of figured you guys would be, because it'd be kind of fun. You know, it's something fun. It's not, you know, it's not anything serious. But I thought maybe, you know, once we did make it happen, maybe we'd do, you know, some kind of fun, especially with something like Adepticon coming up. Like if when and if I attend, say, next year, and I bring some with me as, you know, for sale or for giveaways or, you know, prizes or, you know, what have yous. Heck, even promotional, I suppose, because Adepticon does the giveaways and everything. So, not giveaways, but like they have the gimme bags. Is that what it's called? And you know, they basically have, like, you know, from all the vendors, everybody pitches into the loot bag, as it were. But yeah, Gummy Nerds, small batch, handcrafted monkeys. I don't know if they'll be handcrafted monkeys. I mean, the original sculpt will be hand sculpted, so that'll be kind of cool. It actually have a bit of personality to it, rather than something that was made up on a CAD. You know, I think that would be kind of cool. Prawn ham, it's a toilet brush. I don't know if we want. I don't know if we want to have a toilet brush. It's kind of gross. Kevin Cabal, show me the monkey. That used to mean something else in my day, man. I mean, Kevin, I don't know if you're the same age as me, but yeah, show me the monkey. That means something entirely else. Vasily, but what kind of brush? Like, yeah, well, like a brush. Not a toilet brush. Paintbrush, man. A paintbrush. A way of the brush paintbrush. I don't know. Maybe like a Japanese kind of like sumi brush, you know, like for the ink drawings. Give them some kind of classy like that. I don't know. Like, because like I said, this is all still up in the air. And I mean, like I said, it's probably not going to be till after Adepticon that I actually, you know, devote a lot of time to it, because as things are right now, I am just trying really, really hard to get my current project done for Adepticon, and it's, you know, I'm still weeks out, but I'm still weeks away from, you know, getting my project completed here. In fact, I don't know, can you guys see the project on the table? Yeah, there's a hint of it on the table there. You can kind of see it. So anyway, Held in Urbanist. I think 28 and 32 mil piece would be great. Big enough for display without being too big that it needs its own special place. Yeah, I think so too. Like around that size. Plus two, I mean, any bigger, it's going to get really kind of costly. Whereas if we keep it, you know, to like a 28 mil, 32 mil scale, I think, you know, it'll stay at a nice price point for everybody. You know, because I mean, like that's also my other concern is I don't want this thing to be so expensive that nobody wants it, you know what I mean? So like, and if it was really big, I mean, like, you know, I don't know. All these things kind of have to, you know, to juggle. Yeah, will they be in a barrel? That'd be kind of fun, but no, because then I'll get my ass sued by Parker Brothers or Milton Brothers or Milton Berle or something like that. Sir Peanut Butter counts as a power weapon brush that counts as a ranged weapon airbrush. Whoa! Even a monkey with a little airbrush, that actually can be fun too. Especially if he had a compressor on his back and he's got the airbrush. I don't know. Thinking that's all sorts of kind of crazy crap, kind of like things like that, right? So, yeah. Will he be wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt? Hard to say. You know, that's actually kind of a fun idea, that if he was sculpted with a shirt. You see, these are all things that I'm going to have to discuss with the artist, right? So like I said, like I just had an initial conversation with him about it, and he was on board. I'm on board, but I told him that it probably wouldn't be until April that I actually would, you know, kind of finalize this kind of stuff, and, you know, but... You know, hopefully maybe something inspires in his brain and he might just come at me with an idea or two, which I'll probably right away shoot down, but, you know, no, I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, so I'm thinking it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm thinking April, and I'll probably do it like maybe like Indiegogo or Kickstarter, just kind of like a pre-order kind of thing, just because, you know, it's not cheap getting a model made. As anybody will know who's ever done modeling. Kevin Cabal, I'm 47. I'm old. Ben Ellis super chatted me. Holy man, 16 bones, 16 pounds. 16 pounds. Thank you, Ben. I don't know if you had a question in there, Ben, though. But I'm all ears. Actually, Ben, I think we're starting off with your email today, actually. Are we? No, sorry, we're not. No, you haven't sent me. Oh, we finished last week with your email. That's right, it was. That's what it was. I knew it. I knew there was something. But anyway, Ben, if you have a question, I mean, you know, feel free to blurt it out. Dr. Santos, email time. I think we're getting pretty darn close to email time. 30-20 after. Yeah. Held in Urbanist, it's great how wacky ideas we're getting. Yeah, well, it's kind of fun. I mean, you know, it's all about, you know, because, I mean, like, I like the idea of, you know, getting this miniature done just for giggles, you know, because, you know, it's part of, you know, having fun and also part of the branding, right? And, you know, yeah. And, I mean, hopefully, if the model is done right, it's something we can all kind of look at, especially after we've painted them, and go, hee, look at that, he's a little monkey. Holy brush, hee. You know? So, yeah. And it's all about having fun, right? We're having fun. So hopefully, you know, it's fun. Fun is fun, right? Aaron Seach, speaking of airbrushes, is there a needle and nozzle setup for the Patriot 105 to be able to paint finer details, or should I buy another airbrush specifically for that. There are finer needles. There is, I think, a 2 needle set. There's like a broader needle, and then there's a fine needle. And they're both designed for the Patriot 105, or maybe they're for the Extreme. I'm pretty sure they're for the Patriot 105. There's 2 needle setups. If I can find it, Aaron, I will send you a link. I'm pretty sure it's on webairbrushes.com. That's the site that deals mostly with Badger stuff. And I'm pretty sure they have it's a needle conversion set, I think that is what they call it. And there's a finer needle for the Patriot 105. The thing is though, is I'm pretty sure it comes with a needle, and it might come with a nozzle, because in the Patriot 105, as you may know, if you've already got it, is that little nozzle bit comes right out, no problem, right? It just seated in the airbrush, and so you technically can get a smaller nozzle and just seat it right in there, right? As long as it's got that same seating, the nozzle point can actually taper to whichever, size, right? In theory. And I'm pretty sure that's what they had in mind when they designed it. And so, yeah, because I'm pretty sure there is finer needle sets. There's varying needles for the Patriot. And I don't think it's just for the Patriot or the Extreme. I think it's for the 105 as well. Damien Hibbert, 52, older. It's Big Friendly Wargamer's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Big Friendly Wargamer. Happy. Ben Ellis, no question. Just keep forgetting to do it. Oh, well, thank you, Ben. That helps. Kevin Cabal, my plan for perpetual youth is immaturity. So far, it's working out for me pretty well. Yeah, me too. Bleep Bloop, Kris and the Monkeys, I picked up the Black Library Eisenhorn model and want to know how to do the skull on the staff as a clear crystal and have no idea where to start. Help. To do it like it's crystal is like how we do gemstones and sometimes headlights and clear glass and things like that, right? Now, the hard part is like inside details and stuff like that, like inside the eyes and things of that nature. And so it might take a bit of trial and error just to work out the segment. But imagine, say for example, like the skull. So you're looking at, say, at the front of the skull, and you're looking at the forehead, and then say you're looking at like the cheeks, and then say the upper part of the mouth. I can't remember what this part of the mouth is called. This is the mandible, right? Or is that the mandible? One of these is the Anyway. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to have the darker color up on top coming down to a brighter color. And then on the cheekbones, darker on top, brighter. Now inside the sockets, it actually might reverse so that it'd be brighter up on top and darker at the bottom, just because it's the nature of the curvature of how it would look. You know what also would probably help, just to get an idea on where light would flow, is look at, Google crystal skull. Or glass skull, and kind of get an idea and start to think of it in not the, because it'll be quite complex. I'm sure the image will be quite complex, and you're not going to be able to replicate that because the detail is so small. But you want to be able to throw that illusion of that effect on. And typically, whenever we're doing gemstones and things like that, where basically the deeper color is up on top, then you build to a brighter color down at the very point, and then you throw that little white spot highlight on top, and that completes the effect. And so that's how I would do a crystal skull on the staff, is build it like that. And so look at the sections, so like I said, like the forehead, the cheekbones, the mandibles, and like the nose, and and try and think about all those little things. I think really roughly, you probably could get away with kind of just doing the whole thing darker to lighter, and then give the skull a white edge highlight, like to pick out the cheekbones and to pick out the teeth, and and pick out those little edges on everything. I bet you could probably cheat and do it that way, and that might give it. I don't know how big that skull is though, so it's hard to say. Haldane Urbanist, Kris, you are basically treat the skull as a collection of gems with each curvature area handled separately. Essentially, yeah. Essentially, if you were gonna if you have the room to do it, but if it's like a tiny little skull detail, that's gonna be kind of tricky. where you might want to tint the entire thing like a gemstone and then edge the details in white, you know. So hopefully that helps. Bleep bloop. I was trying to find who asked that question there. Yeah, so bleep bloop. Yeah, so hopefully that kind of gets the old brain going and, you know, gets you on the right track. George, there is a 0.2 and a 0.3. It comes with a 0.5. Yeah. So there are some conversion needles out there for more precise Patriot work. So, yeah. If anybody's got the answer, post it in Discord. Post it in the general and Discord, the link to the conversion sets for the Patriot 105. Just so that Aaron can find it there. Old Man Logan, that is correct, Chris. Aaron, look for the super detail conversion. It comes with a needle and a nozzle. It is 0.3 millimeter, I believe. I do have it with the 105. It works well. There we go. Old Man Logan. Bang. Right there. He knew. He's got it. He's already making it happen. And there it is. Darren Chommin. Chris, you happen to recall the needle size on your airbrush. Mine's a default on a Patriot 105, which is a 0.5, I do believe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a 0.5 that comes with. Like my Patriot 105, I've been using that Patriot 105 for many years now, and I haven't felt the need to change anything yet. Oh, you know what though? I did think I did change the needle once. Yeah, you know what? I think I bent the needle one time. Yeah, and I changed the needle. I've got spare needles for both my Chrome and my Patriot, but that's all I have. I only have the 2 brushes. I don't have like a whole whack ton of brushes, and yeah, I haven't really felt the need. I don't know. Maybe I'm not at that level of airbrushing where I need a particular type of airbrush to do a particular type of thing, because everything that I've wanted to do with airbrushing, I've been able to do with either Chrome or Patriot. So I don't know. But then again, I've only been airbrushing maybe 5-6 years, maybe. George, and can buy the nozzle and the needle set for each. Okay. Haldane Urbanist at Kris. Oh, I already answered that. Bleep bloop. The skull is only 2 or 3 millimeters high, maybe 5 millimeters. Okay, so it's still pretty small. It's probably like the size of an actual character's head kind of thing. Yeah, so you're not talking about a whole lot of room. So basically, when you're talking about that kind of size and that kind of scale, you kind of want to fake it. And I think when looking at the face, I think just treating like the forehead, the cheekbones, and the front mouth part kind of separately as gemstone-y type areas, but basically the color builds to a bright point here, builds to a bright point here, and then builds to a bright point here, and then you give it white edgings here and there around the edges and stuff. And yeah, it's basically how we do, you know, gemstones and stuff. It's the same principle. It's same with like non-metallic metals. Non-metallic metals is the same effect, where basically you put the darker color up on top, lighter color. Now typically that's supposed to be for whichever way the plate is facing, though, for non-metallic metal. So like, for example, if the plating is facing upwards, more of the sky color should be on that plate as opposed to what the viewer would see, right? Basically the horizon line and stuff. But anyway. Aaron Seach, thanks. I need the trigger for the fat hands too. Snake Awesome, hi. Snake Awesome says, I am creating a Space Marine chapter called The Emperor's Hammers. Cool. Sounds fun. It's like the Emperor's Bag of Hammers kind of thing. Haldane Urbanus, what are you guys up to? I've been slowly working on my Wraith Lord to finish the glazing highlights today. Cool. Working myself up to try some freehand for the first time. Not sure on a design yet. Interesting. Send pics. Send pics of whatever you decide. Because, yeah. Just because, yeah. Just because. George, the default is a fine 0.4. It's a fine 0.4, yeah? Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't play around with my needles too often. You know, like I said, I have the Patriot and I have the Chrome, When I want fine detailed stuff done, I switch to my Chrome, and when I'm doing regular stuff, I use my Patriot. That's pretty much it. The old grumpy gamer. Oh crap, I'm late. What did I miss? And hello, Kris and the monkeys. Welcome. George, it is a fine. Is a fine. Is a fine? Is a fine. Is a fine. Eric Fountain. Oh crap, I'm late. What did I miss? And hello, monkey and hello, Kris and monkeys. What'd you miss? Yeah, you didn't really miss much. We were just talking needle sizes and painting crystal skulls. Zalnos. Hey everyone. Hello. Zalnos. Zalnos. It's almost like Zordoz. Such a good movie. I have no idea. I've only watched it once in my life, and I was cooked out of my head, and it didn't make sense to me. Let's do an email because we can. Because we actually are we pretty good? We're pretty good actually for emails. We're only the 20th. Yeah, we're only since the 20th, which was like what, last week. So we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. Yeah, I know. Bleep bloop. I'm going to do emails right now. Headphones. Put your headphones on because here it comes. email time. Email time. And of course, we always thank Guy Mir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. It's a nice Blood Bowl channel where basically him and his blokes, buddies, chums, I don't know, pals. They play Blood Bowl and it's fun. And listening to them is just a hoot. And they're pretty good guys. And of course, you know, Carl took time out of his busy schedule to write us up some music for our email segments. That puts a smile to our face. This is from Steam McDemon. That's always fun to say. I just like saying that name. Steam McDemon. Howdy, Kris. I'm back again, and with a 135 scale work, attached you'll find the BM21 Grad, aka the Russian way of kind of asking someone to F off. This baby carries 40 122mm rockets, which can all fire in 20 seconds, and it will cover 1 hectare, about 100,000 square feet, with high explosive. Nope. High explosive. Nope. High explosive. Nope. I assume that's an acronym for something else. The rocket I put on is just for fun, and it didn't keep it on, or I didn't keep it on. I had a bit of sprue and some scraps of plastic art and just messed around with it for a bit. Anyway, let me know what you think. And so here is Steve McDemon's. What the hell is this thing called again? The BM21? BM21. So let's have a look here. Look at this. Nice and fun. Very cool. Love the weathering. It's not a heavy amount of weathering, not like his previous examples, like on his tanks and stuff like that. I like how you got a little bit of trickle coming down from the gas cap and everything. That's really cool. Lettering. Have you ever tried weathering the lettering? Weathering the lettering? Weathering the lettering. Yes. Have you ever tried that, Steam? Have you ever tried weathering the lettering? This is very cool. It says this is a 135, so this is almost 40K scale. It's a bit bigger, but almost. I think like 148 is like 40K scale. Nice weathering though. I like it. Nice subtle colors. Weathering on the tires and everything. Oh, look at the... Okay, that's really cool. Because I've seen the glass before. And I like how you did that. Oh, it's all dusty, grimy, and then you got the... Oh, that's really good. Pretty clever. Yeah, I like that. The headlights look really good, too. Are those like clear plastic? Yeah, those got to be clear plastic, right? No? Maybe? Shut up, Kris. Yeah, I like that. The glass effect, though. That's really cool. That's really sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I think like the lettering could use a bit of like weathering. Nice effects on the glass though. Are you just using pigments to achieve that dusting on the glass and then sealing it? And if so, how are you getting the clear points? Are you just using, like, say, alcohol to clear it off? Is that what's going on there? Steam, I must know. Are you? Yeah, you're here today. Oh yeah, I see. You just made it just in time. Yeah, you got to tell me how you did the glass, Steam. You got to tell me how you did the glass, because that's really intriguing. Very nice. Ah, little rocket flying out. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Oh, is that it? Aww. Okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, that's really cool. I think it would be really cool if you had, like, say, about 4 or 5 of them, and you had them all, like, varying stages of popping out of the tubes. That would be really cool. Because this looks like it's, like, either the last one coming out, or it's the very first one coming out, but I think when they launched these things, weren't, like, the rockets, like, almost one right after the other kind of thing? Either way, awesome stuff, Steam. Thanks for, he says it's pigments, enamels, and masking. So you mask off that area of the glass, you pigment it, use the pigments and stuff, and then you spray, get that light fogging, and then you pull the masking off, and then leaves that clear spot. Is that what it is? Okay, the letters were weathered, but it was too subtle, so the varnish coat kind of screwed it up. Interesting. Oh, maybe you had like the pigment sitting on it, because I was thinking of like how you let me see if I can find the picture here. Yeah, so like for example. Because, like, me personally, if I was going to weather the letters, I'd take this base tone, and then I would just sponge it very carefully into some areas to just break up the letters a bit. That'd be about all I would do. Yeah, but very cool. Thank you, Steam McDemon, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Look forward to seeing more of your work. That's very, very cool. And again, please send me more. I like this stuff. I like scale model kits as well. And you know, a lot of the stuff that we see in miniature painting, the weathering techniques and stuff like that, they all come from the scale modeling world. And so, I think I recommend everybody out there to get a scale model, especially like a World War II kit or something like that, and practice weathering and stuff like that, and do it like the way scale modelers do it, and then that way you bring that back to your wargaming stuff, and you'll find that different world, right? Steve McDemon, yeah, I forgot to fix the pigments before varnishing. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's do another email. This one is from Nick Dumo. The terrain kits are GW, Lord of the Ring Ruins, and this was titled A Bit of Terrain. Floor tiles are cut from inhalation foam. Inhalation foam? Cut the foam into a square column, then sliced off tiles, and then left them a little uneven to look more ancient. Plants are aquarium plants, hot glued on, flocked, and some clump foliage to finish it off. Few pics with some minis, just for fun. Thanks again, Nick Dumo. And so let's have a look at Nick's terrain. Very cool. This is the Lord of the Rings stuff with some, yeah. I like it. Oh, I like that one. Like little bits of moss and such growing into the corners and things. Very cool. I think with your grass, I don't know, do you really need to leave that lip, or could you extend that grass all the way to that lip? Just a thought. Very cool. I think a slight dry brush just to pick out that texture of the dirt also as well. Just so it's not so stark brown like that. Just, you know, a bit closer to the brown you're using here. Just a slight light, a very light dry brush. Just to pick out that texture. Yeah, these are fun. You killed my father. Prepare to die. They're about to kebab this lizard man, dude. I like actually the paint job on the axe there. It's pretty cool. Oh, is that it? Oh. Oh. Well, thank you, Nick, for sending that in. That's awesome stuff. Oh, wait, Nick had another one, I think, right after this one. Yeah, there was. Sorry. There's another part to the email here. And he says, so got a toy Creatosaurus because, like the Dimetrodon, was having a hard time finding a good big dino without emptying my wallet. Both these guys are done with airbrush prime and then a few layers for some highlighting. Relatively happy with the big guy. Would do the stripes thinner and more like ribs if I do it ever over again. Initially, did not want to go over the top. The white skull face was borrowed idea from a documentary. Also hesitant to put a thin wash on the Dimetrodon to try to bring him down a tad. Though I think it will look fine in the lights at my friend at the local gaming store. Thanks, Nick Duma. And here's his dicey sore. Here's his dicey sore. Oh, I see. Oh, he did like the white skull on the head. Oh, actually, that's really cool. That's kind of cool. Interesting. I really like that. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. Love all the texture on it. Yeah, the stripes, I mean, the stripes aren't bad. And he's thinking more like a tiger stripe? The big broad stripes like that, though, I don't mind. Yeah. That's not bad at all. They're a little even, though. Whereas, like, if they were kind of, yeah, I guess maybe tigery, I suppose. You know, kind of random feeling. Yeah, I guess. Now, are these guys for like a scenario you're doing or something? Like, you might remember from a few Way the Brush episodes ago, he was showing us that he did this spiky bit on the back of the Dimetrodon. Very cool. Thank you, Nick, for sending that in. That was awesome stuff. The T-Rex duder. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like it. Very, very cool. Where are we in these comments here? Bad Cow Crazy. 135 means that thing is like 10 inches to 20 centimeters long. Way too big for 40K. 148 might work, but don't know if it's made in that scale. Yeah, well, I know, like, way back in the day, like, whenever we were looking for kits, it was about 148 was a decent scale for 40K stuff. Matt Batiston. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank the Lord for the weekend. Steve McDemon, working on an ISU 152 now. I will send more in about 2 weeks. Cool. Healthy and Urbanist. I'm getting World of Tanks flashbacks, and they're not pretty. I was actually just playing World of Tanks last night on the Xbox. Because, you know, nostalgia. Because I was also playing some Battlefield 4 too. Operation Metro. Just run and gun. Just spray. Playing with the LMG. Just hosing down the hallways. Lots of fun. We have to find our amusement somewhere. Miko Visinen. Nice to come from the sauna and see Way the Brush online. Laughing after relaxing feels nice. I'll bet it does. I like to laugh while I relax as well. Or relax after laughing. Haldane Urbanus, LOL, I was expecting Lord of the Rings minis. Yeah, there wasn't any Lord of the Rings minis in that Lord of the Rings terrain, was there? But I thought Buddy from The Princess Bride, that was funny. Ben Ellis, that skin work on the dino with the darker skin looks stunning. Yeah, I like that. I like the he said he borrowed it from a documentary, the like skull on the head. I thought that was kind of cool. It was a nice touch. And I mean, like, you know, who's to say? Well, I guess paleontologists would have to say, but who's to say that wasn't the colorings on those guys, right? Apparently. Haldane Urbanus. And lo, the mini collecting hobby comes full circle back to dinosaurs. Rawr, I love it. Yeah, oh yeah, because I mean, imagine a lot of us out there, we had, you know, the toy dinosaurs and you know, and of course we had our G.I. Joes and dinosaurs, you know. Then of course He-Man came and just like punched the hell out of the dinosaur, and that was it. Childhood ruined. Big Friendly Wargamer, I'm planning a 40k World of Tanks battle at our local club's 5th birthday. Cool. So everybody just comes in, brings a tank. Is that what it is? And everybody just kind of tromps around and shoots at each other. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. Aaron Seach, I have a 148 scale P51C that I'm working on. Tamiya WWW aircraft are fantastic. The World War aircraft are fantastic. Well, Tamiya, yeah, Tamiya is like one of those brand names for a long time, for the detail and the complexity of model kit. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever put a Tamiya kit together, like a model kit. I don't think I've ever put one together. The model kits I used to put together, like some of the classic cars, muscle cars, stuff like that. And then I was really getting into sci-fi, and so then I was getting into like Star Trek, and I used to put together Star Trek ships and stuff. And yeah, I like me some spaceships. Vasily Shimko, I'm painting a Carnosaur at the moment. LOL. Cool. A Carnosaur. Very cool. Steve was just recently painting Carnosaurs for the Seraphim? I find that kind of interesting too in Age of Sigmar that Seraphim, the lizardmen, they're not really lizardmen anymore. They're demons. They're spectral. They're manifestations of the Slung. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting how like the whole lore of going from fantasy to Age of Sigmar, how everything's kind of changed and, you know, become crazy. Because nobody else out there is doing demon dinosaurs. Who else out there is doing demon dinosaurs? I don't know. I don't think anybody. But the thing is, though, is that everybody still paints the lizardmen like lizards. So why not paint them like ghosts? Why not give them a spectral kind of quality? Seeing as how, you know, in Age of Sigmar, they're demons. They're magical. Sugar's finally found a place to order the alchemy paints. Got emerald and cobalt to try out on my mandrakes. Very cool. Very cool. The thing to bear in mind with the a lot of the alchemy colors, like cobalt and the emerald, is that they are really nice blue, but it's not a dark blue. But it only takes like a clear layer of, you know, like a ghost tint or whatever, say like a light blue or cyan on top of that, and bang, it just makes that metallic just pop. It's really cool. Oh, sugars, the glowy rune part, that is. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mad Cow Crazy. When I was a child, Tamiya was the only brand I knew about. Quality-wise, they are far from the best. They have simple kits with enough detail. 120 parts per kit. Really? Because I've always understood Tamiya being, you know, one of the better model kits companies out there. From what I gather, like Ertl's kind of fallen off because, you know, like especially with their Star Wars kits, the details are all soft, they're all wrong, they're, you know, the wrong things, and Yeah, it's kind of like they're just making up details on kits, whereas like, you know, a company like Bandai, now the Bandai Star Wars kits, I mean, they're, you know, guys, I go on about the Bandai kits because the Bandai kits are friggin' awesome. Greg Campbell Smith, Kris, which do you prefer, Vallejo Air or Citadel Air? I use a lot of Citadel Air. I haven't used a lot of Vallejo Air, but Vallejo Air, if it's anything like, say, regular Vallejo paints, which is just a little bit thinned out, would probably flow through the brush really well. You probably get a lot more for your dollar. You pay a premium price on Citadel Air. But if you absolutely have to positively color match your Citadel colors, and you're doing Citadel Air, and you're going through some batch painting, something like that, and you have to have all the colors to be the same for whatever reason, you have to go with Citadel Air, right? Usually. But I would go Vallejo Air, because from what I understand, their metallics are really good, and you know, you get more paint for your dollar. So, you know, and airbrushing, as everybody knows, who's been airbrushing for a while, knows you can burn through quite a bit of paint pretty quickly, just overspraying and, you know, what have you, and just, yeah, you just have the stuff all over the place. So, you know, I would edge out on Vallejo Air only if you're sticking dedicatedly to Citadel color schemes. Do you need those Citadel colors? Then yes. But otherwise, you pay a lot for Citadel Air. And the other pain in the butt is the Vallejo is in a nice dropper style bottle. So you just open it up, drop it into your airbrush. Versus Citadel, it's in a paint pot. You pour it, you're going to pour too much. I use eyedroppers and draw the paint up and, you know, put it into the brush. But then you have to go out and buy airdroppers, you know what I mean? Or eyedroppers. Dropper bottle. You know what I mean? So, no, I would go Vallejo Air. Mad Cow Crazy, Trumpeter, Academy, and Dragon, on the other hand, go far sometimes with over 1,000 parts per kit. Wow. I'm not familiar with those kits. A Dragon, I think I'm familiar with. But I've never heard Trumpeter or Academy. Oh, Academy. No. Anyway. Vasily Shimko, maybe they're realism somewhere out there, and they're like slant-powered VR. Maybe. I don't know. Big Friendly Wargamer, the Lizardmen in Age of Sigmar are memories rather than demons. Well, okay, well, demons is a bit of a shortcut, yes. But I mean, like, they're still just manifestations, right, of magical energy. Like, they're not substantial in the sense that the Slann are substantial in any sense, really. It's, yeah, they're magical. We'll just write it up as magical. Dark Commission, Airfix were the main model brand when I was young. Great memory. Airfix, really? I'm not familiar with that one either. Kurt Krishon, Tamiya is easier tanks, but still great kits. But still pretty much number one when it comes to aircraft. Each brand has a scale or vehicle they do better. Okay. Ben Ellis, painting just started on the Warlord with Awakened Realm. First pick of the legs, email to you. Yes, I saw that, actually. I did quickly see that. That's right. I knew there was an email from you. And yes, I know. I saw it. Old Man Logan, Vallejo Air, great stuff. Game color matches many of the Citadel colors very closely, if not exact. Yeah. And I think that's why Citadel, in this whole march to, you know, create their own IP on everything, is why they change a lot of their Citadel colors. And some of the colors don't quite match up anymore because, you know, they're making their own special blend of colors. So, basically, it's just so that, you know, they can go after whoever's copying them, I think, is really what it is. They can tell them to knock it off. Haldane Urbanist, who knows what Citadel were smoking when they put the airbrush paints in pots? Yeah, it wasn't a very good call. And you don't get very much paint in the pot. You know what I mean? Like, you need lots of airbrush paint. You know. Hovar Tom Senbo. I don't know. Either way, hi from Norway. I'll just say Hovar. Hovar. Hopefully, even I'm saying that right. Hovar. Aaron Seach, depends on the Tamiya kit you buy. I have two 135 scale Panther tanks. One is a kit that has just enough detail meant for beginner modelers, and the other kit has almost ridiculous amount of detail. Cool. Old Man Logan, and by game color, I mean by to say game air, since we're talking about airbrush paints. Mad Cow Kris, you can say Tamiya are similar to GW, good quality plastics, but few plastic parts. Tamiya might make a similar part out of something, while its trumpeter might make the same part 5-10 parts. Wow. Okay. Big friendly wargamer Kris, with the spaceship models do you have a Battlestar Galactica Viper? No, I do not actually. That was one that I've often considered. I liked the old school Viper. I seen one. It's the old school Viper, and I seen one that is the newer Viper, and it's like, you know. But I think they were both from, like, they're both marketed from the TV show, because like they were using the classic Vipers, but they initially started out with the newer Vipers, and yeah. But I think they were both like in the same box though, and it was like the TV show, the new TV show, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. Something like that. But no, I've never done a Viper or even the Cylon Raider. Like even I prefer the original Cylon Raider, the big, you know, pancake shape. I like that one better. By your command. Greg Campbell Smith, have you had such success with Maskall? I am doing some Eldar canopies and really struggling applying cleanly. Any tips? I have a few videos on using masking fluid on canopies. The one thing I find to be a little bit troublesome when using it is that when I'm demasking, I often end up creating a jagged edge along the edge of the you know, like the trim of the canopy, and the only thing I can think of is that when I sealed it, I pulled the masking fluid too soon. But I remember reading somewhere that you shouldn't leave masking fluid on too long. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, masking fluid on, like, I mean, like, I've done other surfaces, and you know, they've been fine. Like, I've used it for like weathering and stuff like that, and you know, masking off areas. But whenever it comes to canopies, yeah, I always wonder, especially the Eldar canopies, and I pull the part off, and just to get to that little jagged edge along the thing, and I always end up having to come back and just clean up by hand. It looks fine afterwards, but yeah, I don't do a pre-seal on the glass or anything like that. I don't give it a gloss kit and then put the masking fluid on. I would do it right on top of the bare plastic. It's a fairly generous amount I apply into each of the little segments, and then color the trim, and then pull the fluid off, you know. But otherwise, yeah, I do have a few videos on using the masking fluid though, in Mini Wargaming's Vault. If you're a Vault member, if you're not, you can always try it out for 7 days for free. Just make sure you get the silver membership. That way you can see all the videos. But I think once you sign up, you'll be hooked. Vasily Shimko, I think GW making their own shade mixes of colors is cool, since it means we have a larger choice. Well, sure. I mean, essentially all you need are your primary colors, your secondary colors, some metallics, and a black and a white. And technically you can paint anything. Technically. And it's only convenience to have the whole array of colors. It's only convenience. Because that way you're not having to go with, you know, a dark red, and then a medium red, and then a lighter red, and then an orangey red, and then an orange color. And you know what I mean? Like, whereas, you know, if you have the red, you can darken it, brighten it, you know what I mean? Like, so once you get used to all the color, you know what I mean, and knowing how color interacts, and you know, all that, Jazz. Vasily Shimko, Kris, do you have a showcase video on your spaceships and stuff and other non-Warhammer stuff in general? Any plans on doing these? I've shown my X-Wings, like my Star Wars stuff on my channel. There's like my TIE Fighter. I don't know if I've done my X-Wing. My ATST, I've shown that one off. My Millennium Falcon, I haven't finished yet. Hold on. I know. Oi! Fritz. My Millennium Falcon I haven't finished yet. This one's fun because there we go. Lights up on the back. And so, yeah. So, no. And these are Bandai. I love these kits. These are fantastic. Just tons of detail. The kits go together so well. Thing is, though, is the Millennium Falcon, like, see all like the colored bits? Those are all decals, all over the place. And there's like some real tiny ones that go in there and stuff. And you know, of course, the weathering. So anyway, no, I haven't finished. Like my Millennium Falcon, it's not done. And of course, when I finish it, I'll you know, do a video. I'd love to get the 172 scale, the perfect grade of this, but it's like $500, man. But I'd love to get that kit, man. That'd be so much fun. Just nerdgasm the entire time, putting all the little pipes in place, and I don't have time to do that right now, though. I'm trying to get my project done. So, yeah. Old Man Logan, by the way, Hobby Lobby has started selling Bandai Star Wars models. Grab them while you can, 40% off coupon. Sorry, Canada, I don't think they have Hobby Lobbies. No, they don't have Hobby Lobbies in Canada. And yeah, I know, I've seen the kits. I have most of the kits that I want from Hobby Lobby. Although I'm thinking about picking up maybe some of the droids, like the battle droids from Episode 1, stuff like that. Some of the larger figures. I only have like the starships, but I think I have all the ships. For the 172 scale. Oh no, I don't have Slave 1. I don't have Slave 1, which is the same scale as that Falcon, which is 144. But otherwise, yeah, I've got like all the kits. I just haven't gotten around to putting them together. I even have 2 TIE Fighter kits because I have one TIE Advance, which is Vader's, and so I wanted to have, you know, 2 TIE Fighters with the one Vader ship, you know, just because. Don't judge me. Vasily Shimko, do you often mix your own colors? For base coats, not often. Only because most of the time I'm painting for the camera, and oftentimes I'm showing kind of quick ways to do things. Mixing your own colors requires you to kind of have a knowledge in what you want, right? The only reason to mix colors is because you're looking for a color that does not exist, or you're trying to color match to something that in a range doesn't exist. And that's the reason why you'd want to mix that color. Now, the other reason why you'd be mixing colors is to build up your shadows or your highlights. For example, you know, Mephiston red, and you wanted to add, say, Screaming Skull to it and highlight up from that. And then, say, shadows, say, adding, I don't know, the Fang, adding the Fang to it and shading down. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason why you'd mix. Now, that kind of stuff I do all the time. But mixing, say, Mephiston red and, you know, Caliban green to get a real neutral kind of color, you know what I mean, and adding a bit of gray to it, and, you know what I mean, and then, you know, adding other colors to make my base tone, no, not very often. Now, for my projects that I've been doing for Crystal Brush, yes, I did do that. I made a color up and did it as my base, and so, yeah. It's all just, you know, depends on, you know, what exactly, you know, you want to do. But otherwise, most of the time, you can paint straight out of the bottle. Nothing wrong with that. Ben Ellis, I have seen a new Gothic Chaplain miniature on Spiky Bits. However, I have a question. Is there such a thing as too much detail? In a sense of, like, say a miniature, say it's a Space Marine, say it's you know, it's a Chaplain. And he's got nothing but chains and, you know, skulls and quillas all over him, and they're just dangling everywhere, and it's just a basic, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's too much. You know what I mean? Like, he's just covered in purity seals. There's just nothing but purity seals all over the place. Yeah, that might be too much. You know? I think that kind of thing would make sense more for, like, if the model was, like, you know, in dress uniform or something like that. You know? Sure. But otherwise, you know, like, really battlefield, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff's just going to get blown off anyway in the heat of battle. You know what I mean? Even Space Marines with their purity seals, you know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be just like a litany paper with a piece of wax seal stuck onto his armor, right? He goes into any high altitudes. Like, he's in a drop pod, and it's heating up inside the drop pod as they're entering the atmosphere. All those purity seals would melt right off, right? And he's got wax all over his armor, you know? So, or you go to a hot planet. You just go to a volcanic planet. All your purity seals are just it's all melt right off. Haldane Urbanist Chaplain the Pimp. The Pimp. Vasily, when's Crystal Brush going to happen? Does some committee pick the winners or the audience random stuff dudes on the net? The Crystal Brush is on the 22nd, I think. It's from the 22nd till like the 24th or something. Till the Sunday, that week in March, this coming March. So this month. In 20 days. 20 days. So I don't even know if I'm gonna get my piece done in time. I'm hoping I can, but I don't know. I'm not very confident that I will. But anyway, the judges basically will judge. There's like, I think 3 judges or something like that. And then on like the Saturday, it has voting open to the public. And the public votes. And the public's votes are worth 50% of the final score for each of the pieces. Now, there's a first pick, and then of course the finals, right? So if something's made it the first pick, then that obviously carries on, and those are the ones that get pictures posted on the internet and stuff like that. So, yeah. Mad Cow Crazy. GW no longer allows for such creativity and conversion work. You need to cut off parts to do it with newer kits. Heck, swapping shoulder pads is not something GW allows you to do anymore on newer kits. Really? Really? That doesn't sound very good. That sounds like crap. Yes, sir. That sounds like crap. Old Man Logan, question. Have you ever used super glue, medium thickness, to fill gaps seams? If so, what are your thoughts as compared to plastic putty? Zap-A-Gap. Zap-A-Gap is a good one for just filling in that quick little seam line. Of course, you can just quickly use your finger or whatever and just kind of smudge it free. And then, if need be, you can always sand it, because oftentimes super glue, when it hardens, it becomes very, very, you know, quite hard and brittle that it can take a sanding. So Zap-A-Gap is a great one, because basically what happens is Zap-A-Gap doesn't really shrink when it dries, whereas a lot of other ones will shrink as they dry. And so, yeah. Hopefully. Vasily Shimko, I hope you will finish it. I hope so too. The thing is like I've been working quite a bit this week on it. Hence why there's not been a lot of videos or live shows or anything like that, because I've just been dedicating a lot of my time. And I think the rest of the month is pretty much going to go like that. I think, you know, just doing Way the Brush and maybe if I can fit in some live shows, because I'd like to do some live shows of what I'm doing. But according to Crystal Brush's rules, is that there can't be any published photos or videos or whatever of the model before the competition. Apparently, something dumb like that. Anyway, now I mean, imagine that's probably for the finished piece and showing, you know, like how it was put together. Of course, I am doing the vlogs for the patrons, and so the patrons are to be able to see, because that's behind a paywall, and you know what I mean, like, and so it's not for everybody, and it's not going to be, you know, general public kind of thing, right? And so basically they get to see what I'm up to and what I'm doing. But otherwise, yeah, it's actually, you know, like, oh man, I'm kicking myself in the ass, man, right now for not getting this project started on time. I'm really kicking myself in the ass because right now, you know, like last night, I could have been working on this guy last night, my project, and I was out for dinner, the family, you know, doing a little bit of shopping, what have yous, and, you know, by the time you're done, it's like, I don't feel like working on anything. I'm just going to bed. And, you know, that's life, right? And so, you know, when people are really kind of, you know, dedicated to this, you know, painting kind of competition type stuff, yeah, you really, you know, you have to either set aside a large amount of time to get it done, or, you know, you just basically all you do is paint. And personally, I paint all day as a job, and when it comes to my time, I'm kind of, oh, okay, what was I doing here? What was I? Yeah, okay, I was going to do this, and yeah, you know, and then, but then sometimes I get really into it. Like when I was recently working on it, I was getting really into it, and I did want to continue on, but then I had to, you know, go off and do other stuff. But, you know, yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you get into those kind of modes where it's like, oh yeah, I can do this. I can go. Oh, yeah, I can arrange this color right now, lay this out on. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, this, you know, oh, it's time to go. Got to go take care of this or that. And you know, it's oh, all right, let's go. Anyway, enough bitching. Healthy and Urbanist Zapping Gap is great stuff. Yes, use the medium and thin for all my minis. Really fantastic for infinity models. Really. Especially for pinning and gap filling. Yes. I'd imagine so. Hell Day and Urban is so happy we have a shop in my country that gets this stuff. Awesome. Yeah, Zappagap is pretty good stuff. If you're looking for a super glue that doesn't shrink and will, you know, be able to, you know, fill in some of the really small seams. Not the big gaps. I mean, it could be used on the big gaps, but you're better off just, you know, relying on the smaller gaps and filling large gaps with, you know, traditional type means and stuff. Damien Hibbert, finally back, monkeys. Okay, Damien, welcome back. I didn't know you left. I didn't know you were gone. Where'd you go? Didn't see you. It's time for some more email. What time we at here? Oh man, we're a quarter after already. Yeah, let's get through some more emails. So, headphone time, people. You ready? Here it comes. email time. It's email time. This is from our buddy Jacob. Oh, how great, monkey chieftain. I have sent an updated pic of Ravengard Dark Furies. I have done some more glazing with the black, like you instructed to do, and I think it doesn't need any more, or does it? What do you think? Also, what would be a good color to place on the base to complement the back of the Ravengard? I have gone with desert look, but was wondering if it made it too bright on the contrast from the model. As always, thanks in advance. Let's have a look. Ooh, nice. So we may recall, some of us, that he was initially laying too much white down and then laying the turquoise down, and then he was fighting to bring the black and push that turquoise back with the black, and so he's laying glazes of black. Now here it looks fine. The base colors I think look great because the dark color scheme of the marine and the base. No, I don't feel it's too bright, especially because you've left that rim black as well. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, like, it is a lot of turquoise still, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, like, it still has that feeling of black on the model. Here's a Chaplain Duder. Back of the cloak, cool. Ooh, nice picture of him. Nice and neat. Oh, was that it? Oh, that was it? Thought we were getting more. Okay, so the Ravengard, yeah. As far as going with that technique to get to this end, no, it looks fine. Without having to, to push way more black onto the model, because essentially like you'd want, see how like it looks kind of uniformly tinted over the chest piece? Normally you'd only want that coloring on the edges, and in the center actually feels a bit more black, right? You'd only want the edges to feel that turquoise. But otherwise, I mean, to salvage the situation, I think you've done a really good job. And I mean, they are a little bit more turquoise than would be necessary, but that's okay, because I mean, these guys are, you know, some sort of elite choice of something, and so, you know, they could be a little bit different. That's fine, you know. I say run with it. Own it. Own it. Own it. So, yeah, very cool. And the chaplain's very cool. Was there anything on the chaplain that you wanted to know? I mean, I assume the chaplain is still work in progress. I just assume you're just showing us your efforts. Well, very cool. He looked like he's off to a great start. It was interesting glow effect on the smoke. Very cool. Here we go. Okay. No questions? Nothing? 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 Nothing. Okay. Another one. This is from Dark Commission. Hey Chris, just a few pics of a recent paint job for your CNC. I decided to leave the flesh of the griff thingy understated to bring out the details of the rest of the model, but I think I should have do more after all. My photography is improving, but still a way to go. Cheers, John, aka Dark Commission. P.S. Fantastic Rodriguez. Well, thank you. And so let's have a look at his duty here. The griffin thingy, does it need more? Maybe a bit more highlights in the muscle flesh, like, you know, following just these little edge highlights here and there and up there, and, you know, maybe just go with another, like whatever that final color was, mix just a little bit of white into it, and then just add just a little highlights in there if you want. Otherwise, I mean, it's fine as is. I like the little sunflowers. That's cool. No. Of course, if you didn't want to re-highlight it, I mean, like, you know, I kind of have like these little spots in the areas. What if down the spinal column, he had a little series of spots running down, kind of like, you know, almost like a leopard maybe, right? It's very cool. Yeah, when you look at it from this side, excuse me. When looking at it from this way, yeah, it seems like there's not enough definition in the blue. But I like the big soft feeling of the blue, though. That's why I think maybe like little spots, like running down the spinal column, and almost like a leopard coming down, you know. But I mean, like from here, I can see plenty of definition in the flesh. Yeah. Like, as is, it's fine. Nothing else wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if it feels like you need something else there, I mean, I don't know, maybe little spots, maybe bring a little bit more definition to the flesh. I don't know. It's really up to you, because you're the one who feels that it might be a little bit off. I love that. I was stepping forward with his bird feet, but his little horsey feet are kind of like off the ground, kind of, you know. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Ah, gobos. Gobos. Damn gobos. Very, very cool. Nice and bold colors on them. I like that. These are the parts that just come with the box set for the guys. Big orcs. Nice bold colors on them. I like that. I think with the Blood Bowl teams, they should always go with more bold colors. I see some of the paint jobs they do, and they're really kind of subdued kind of colors, and it's like it's a sports team. Sports teams are bright colored. I mean, like, have you not gone to like an NFL game and, you know, the guys are wearing completely, you know, blue or completely red? You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's Blood Bowl. It's a football game. Let's, you know, put some color in here. Let's make it fun. But very cool. Thank you, Dark Commission, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. And that the Griffin Rider, I think he looks fantastic as is. If you wanted to make changes, I suppose adding a bit more highlight to the flesh on the beast, maybe. Spots running from the central column, running downwards a bit, maybe kind of like a leopard. Maybe. I mean, as it is right now, I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change it. Yeah. I mean, I think it looks good. I think it looks great. It's nice and clean. And if it's a commission piece, I'm sure they're very happy with it. If it's not a commission piece, well then, I'll shut my mouth. Aaron Seach, one thing I would do is use some nightshade on the muscle just to get a bit more depth on the muscle. Yeah, that's another route. But painted in the hand, but not just slopped onto the model like the way washes are usually used. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Commission, thanks for the nice comments, Kris and Monkeys. Yeah, awesome stuff. No, it's good work. Yeah. Bleep bloop, love the blubble. Love the blubble. Love the blubble. 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 Matthew Adami, episode 194, actually productive. Oh, yeah, we didn't even come up with a name for the episode yet. Time we got here. We got 40 minutes left of the show. We'll figure something out. Actually productive? Are we being actually... We actually are being productive today. We're pretty good today, actually. Guys, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Nobody's really kind of flown off the handle on anything, and... yeah. Everything's been pretty good. Everything's been... just because I said that, it's all going to get messed up now. Yeah. Where am I? I don't know. Don't need that. Sorry, I'm clicking through things here. Anyway. Dark Commission. I don't do commissions anymore, just paint for fun. Oh, you're just painting for fun now? Okay. Well then. That's good. Vasily Shimko, episode 194. Kris will finish it. I will finish it. I will. Self-motivation, yeah. Thank you. Aaron Seach, episode 194. How about episode 194? That's actually kind of funny. Episode 194. How about episode 194? And of course, Matthew Adami offering his I can't even think of the right word terminology for this, for sailor terminologies, but a fistful of seamen, like the sea, men of the sea. Is that going on this year at Adepticon, Matthew? Fistful of seamen? I don't want to say it like that. I'm not saying it the other way. I'm saying seamen. You know. Or men sea. No, sea. Men of the sea. There we go. Fistful of men of the sea. There we go. That sounds better. Dark Commission, episode 194. He's not a Primarch. He's a very naughty boy. He's a very naughty boy. I don't get it. Is there a joke there? I don't get the joke. Vasily, episode 194, the unusual episode. Yeah, it is unusual. It is, actually. Oh, Matthew, it's the last ditch attempt to derail the show. Yeah. No, it's seamen. Or as Aaron would say, seamen and fisting. No, not seamen and fisting. It's fist of the seamen. Shit. Oh, man. Bleep bloop. No, I'm not saying that one because it's true, right? The men of the sea is wet. Ben Ellis, episode 194, The Monkeys Strike Back. No kidding. Old man Logan, yes, Vasily, I borrowed yours to start. Oh, G Squared is a very naughty boy from Life of Brian. Oh, it's from Life of Brian. Oh. I love Life of Brian, but I haven't watched that one in a while. Matthew Demi, episode 194. It's a painting handle, Mom, I swear. Oh, man. Yeah, George, rabbit hole. Yeah, I know. Rabbit hole. Hole rabbit or rabbit hole? Yeah. Grim, well, this is certainly something. Yeah, it is. It's gone somewhere already. There we go. And I was just saying how, we were doing good today, that we weren't, being too goofy or, too dirty or whatever. So, oh, man. Okay, we're using that one. Old man Logan, you win. He ain't heavy. He's my Primarch. Here we go. That's it. That's it. I'm using that one. Because that one seems nice and safe. Because everybody else is offering up some really crap suggestions. Kind of suggestions that are going to get me in trouble. With who? I don't know, but somebody. Somebody will just give me heck over it anyway. So, he ain't heavy. He's my Primarch. There we go. You win, old man Logan. You win. What do you win? No idea. My admiration. I know, it's crap, isn't it? Vasily, episode 194. I'm shaking my paints, Mom. I swear. Oh, man. Ben Ellis, episode 194. The Way of Slanesh. Ramvi. Seaman must be the name of the show. Seaman. It's Seaman. Let's get it right, people. I think we need to do another damn email. Matthew Danny, episode 194. Quirk is angry over being adopted. Oh, jeez. Old man Logan. Wow, thanks. This is a great day in the annals of Wade the Brush. In the annals, is it? Dark Commission. I was going for 5 titles in a row. Gotta take the losses to make the wins worthwhile. Yeah, Haldane. Well, that happened. Yeah, that happened. It's a great day in the annals of Wade the Brush. That almost should have been the title of the show. Let's do another email. Yeah, headphones. Email time. Email time. And of course, we always thank Guymere Offer, aka Carl, aka Beer Bubble, for taking the time to write those jingles and to make those for us that bring a smile to our face every time. At least I hope every time. I know I smile every time. This is an email from Ramvi. Hey, Monkey King. I learned from a friend in the community that you dry brush on the primer gray or white, then plant thin coats of colors after to get highlights. That has worked for me for many models, but for the Slaves to Darkness models with their dark colors, the highlights don't show through. Would you be kind enough to give any tips? These aren't finished though. P.S. Let's talk Fight Club. Sincerely, Monkey Ramvy. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that you dry brush on your primer light gray or white, and then paint thin coats of colors after to get to the highlights. Oh, are you starting off with black and then putting in light gray or white and then dry brushing that on to get? It's kind of like doing the pre-shade, but by brush. Is that what I'm getting right? Like, because I don't think you stated that you started off with black, right? Yeah. You didn't quite state that you started off with black, but I'm guessing if you're dry brushing light gray or white on top of black to get your highlights, I think that would work. Because otherwise, if you're going with gray primer and you're dry brushing white, that's pretty light. It'd still work, but it'd be pretty light. Anyway, here's this Chaos Warrior. And it's looking pretty good. Looking fine. How do you do? Cloak looks good. I think really the thing to be careful of, as you kind of see here, so when you lay the primer down, and then you start laying dry brushing another primer layer on, you know, you're starting to lay quite a bit of paint on the model. Especially if you are not that experienced with dry brushing, you can end up laying too much primer down, building up too much of a layer. But I can see, like, yeah, the high points on the fur, and I assume you're just hitting it with one color and then you're just kind of calling it done. Very cool. Yeah, that's technically what you should be able to do with a pre-shade. And currently I've been working through Marathi, and that's kind of what I've been showing is that, you know, I actually started the pre-shade off with blues and started to do it that way rather than just going with black. And so, you know, kind of going, working different from there, you know. But, yeah, otherwise, I mean, yeah, like if you're going to go for that kind of look, I mean, you can start off, say, with a light black prime, and then very lightly come from the top with, say, a light gray or even white from the top of a spray can, and just spray from the very top, and that'll give you that that pre-shade look, and it'll show you the high points and everything like that. So actually, it is a good learning tool for knowing where to place your highlights and things like that. But otherwise, yeah. Ramvy, yeah, sorry, prime black first. Yeah, okay, so that's what I kind of figured. You prime black first, then you hit it with the light gray, and then, you know, yeah, you build up like that. So, yeah. But, I mean, you can just as easily take a black and a white can, prime nice, like, in a nice even black, right? Not too heavy. And then very lightly from the top, spraying straight down the model. So if you're holding, you know, if you're holding your model like this, and you're spraying straight down at the top of it, you know, and that'll all fall into the high points of the model kind of thing, right? I have a few videos on pre-shading. I think usually, though, they involve airbrushing. I don't know if I've ever shown it with the spray cans. I don't know if I've shown it with spray cans, actually. But, anyway, yeah. So, but otherwise, it works out fine. I think really what the hard part, though, is getting your colors down to the right consistency so that those undertones show through. And technically, you should be using transparent colors on those. And, you know, some colors it's kind of tough. Like, you know, like there's like, I've been playing around with a lot of inks lately, which have a very high translucent quality to them. And so they actually work very well with a zenithal technique versus using a regular opaque color where, you know, basically it's just gonna, you know, just cover on top of, and, you know, it's gonna obscure the, you know, the dark and the highlights, and, you know, it's just gonna cover it all up, you know. It doesn't really quite work like that. And I see it a lot too. A lot of painters will do like a zenithal or a pre-shade, and then they lay opaque colors on top of it. It was like, well, what was the point of laying the pre-shade down, you know? The whole point is to kind of speed up your process and, you know, use it as a guide either for your highlighting or, you know, to speed up your process and just kind of cheat your way through, right? So, yeah. But thank you, Ramvy, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Of course, you know, feel free to send other stuff. Tyler Bortel at Kris, light to black. Yeah. Not light black, but like a light covering of black, not light black. It's not like you have black, light black, dark black, medium black, you know. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of could, but it's all semantics. Old man Logan, right. Anals. Sorry, I was prostrated. Oh. Darren Crum, Adam from Tabletop Minis does a spray can appreciated video, I believe. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure most of mine doing the appreciate is with just using the airbrush. But I mean, using the spray cans, it's a very similar effect. In fact, with the spray cans, because you have more difficulty controlling kind of the amount of pigment is coming out of the nozzle at the time, you end up with like the little speckles, right? Versus airbrush, you can thin that out and control it and bring a softer gradient to the forefront, you know. The Grunt Orc at Kris, I finally took some pics of my old minis from '97. I've sent you some pics just for fun. Hope Bunkies like them. They are old Chaos Fantasy battle models. Cool. Matthew and Dammy. Kris, you said you weren't going to bring race into this one. Did I bring race in it? I didn't bring race in this. When the hell did I bring race in this? What? Huh? What? Anyway. Jump to another email. This one is from Oral Rivera. Yuri? Oh, Yuri? Yeah, he oh yeah, that's right. He was going to send me some pictures of Death Guard, but he never sent me any pictures. And I sent him back. I said, I didn't see any pictures. And he never got back to me. That was 4 days ago. So, what the hell, dude? Oh, wait. This wasn't for Way of the Rush. Oops. Okay, so this is from the Grunt Orc. The Grunt Orc. Oh, wait. Isn't the Grunt Orc just say he was... Yeah. Well, we're getting to it right now. Look at that. This is 1 day ago. Look at this. See? 1 day ago. Old man Logan, black is the new black? Black is the new black. Sugars, appreciate. Yeah, are you not familiar with the appreciate concept? Sugars? I do have a few videos in the vault and also on my channel on the appreciate. In fact, if you type in appreciate into YouTube, you'll find a bunch of videos. It's not a scary concept or anything. It's basically the zenithal highlighting scheme, essentially is all it is. Just build it from black to white, and it's really simple. Anywho, this is the Grunt Orc. Hi, Kris and Monkey Lord. Way back, you were interested to see what kind of work your viewers have done when they started. Here are some pictures of my old Fantasy Battle Chaos Duders from '97. After that, I stopped playing and painting for about 12 years, but have started again playing Warhammer 40k now and been liking it. Back then, I just painted the colors up on black primer and didn't do any shading or anything fancy like that, and no washes. Here are the pics for for browsing pleasure, and more pics in part 2, the Grunt Orc. So let's have a look. This is circa '97. This is his abilities. You know what? This is pretty darn good. Nice and clean. Look at that. All the details there. This is really good. It looks like the paint's a little bit heavy, like on the horns and stuff like that. But yeah. Is that a paper banner? Yeah, it's got. Is that a paper banner? The Grunt Orc? Is it a paper banner? Yeah. But like, I mean, like early on, I mean, like a lot of people, they struggle. You know, black primer, putting brighter colors on top, and of course you end up laying a lot of layers down. You know, but that's something very common. Yeah, this guy was in Warhammer Quest, wasn't he? This guy was Warhammer Quest. Very nice. Nice and clean. I like it. A couple more thin layers. Yet it had that nice clean metallic look on this. But notice how like a lot of the concept, like your painting must be far better now, because I mean, like, you were already painting quite neatly back then, and so I imagine if you've been painting you know, still, you know, your painting's got to be a lot better now. Oh, the paper is banner? Yeah, okay. Paper is banner. Wow, the banner is paper. Gotcha. Yeah. It's just a few of those early concepts, you know, thinning your paints down, controlling it. But it's still nice and neat, though. Really good. Like a lot of my early painting, not so neat. Not so much. Oops. And so continue on. The last two pictures are from my pride and joy back then. Zinch Sorcerer. The model was converted from a special character, and I took pride of my awesome painting back then. Thank you for continuing to inspire us, Kris. Keep up. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. So keep on. Ooh, look at this. This is cool. Is that corn symbol a transfer? Looks like it might be a transfer. It's nice and clean. It's really good. Very nice stuff. I remember these old doggies. 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 Oh, look at this guy. Now here's where something started to wake up in the guy. Look at this. You can tell that something was emerging. Concepts were emerging here. Because it started to get a really nice blend going here. And then the first thing that caught my eyes was the little panels and the highlights. Like there's what, 3 colors going on there? 4 almost? Damn. Yeah. That's really good. That one's really good. Even back in the day, that's good. Now, if you were to redo this guy today, what would you do differently? Would you say prime him in the light gray or white rather than black? Hopefully you would. Oh, is that it? Aw, I wanted more. Aw. Was that all the emails? Yeah, we just got Ben Ellis's next. We are going to get to Ben's today. Wow. Because I think he just sent that. Oh, he sent that yesterday. What time we at here? Oh, we got 17 minutes left of the show. The Grunt Orc. Yeah, they are 4 colors on the armor blends. Yeah, that's very cool. Didn't have any set solutions back then. Old man Logan. Nah, claim that you freehanded the shield orc, and then draw. Then my draw will drop, and it's your brush handling skills so early on. Yeah, that's very cool. No, those are really great models from way back in the day. You know, like I said, I wish I had all my old models so I could show you guys the crap I was painting back in the day. Mind you though, like my 97 was, hold on. Oy. Okay, let me fix this here, hold on. Because I bought this, like, I'll show you my Viper. And this Viper, I painted in 97, because that's when the Vipers came out, was 97. Maybe it was 96. I think it was 96 or 97. But either way, this guy was painted when these models came out. And I picked up, I think, the 3 of them right at the same time, because I knew I wanted to do a Squadron of 3. And yeah, so here, I'll show you this. This is my 97. Let me focus in a bit. And yeah, so this Viper was what I was doing in 97. And the Samhan symbol, it was free-handed. And the chevrons were free-handed as well. But that's what I was doing in 97. So, nothing too spectacular. Well, the Star Cannon wasn't 97. Star Cannon was a refit afterwards. Because I put that Star Cannon afterwards. Because that Star Cannon's plastic. And I had bought 9 metal Star Cannons. And all my Vipers were doing like Papa Wheelies and stuff like that. And so, yeah. Anyway, let's fix the focus here. There we go. So, yeah, that was my 97, the Viper. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Viper came out in 97. And that Viper actually was the first thing. No, the Falcon Graph Tank, because I did the Falcon Graph Tank when it first came out, and I did that Samhan, and then that's when I started doing everything Samhan. So all my Eldar were Samhan from that point. And a lot of my old Eldar, which I had, were still Altiok, or Altiok, or Aliatok, whatever. And yeah, so I made the switch from, because I used to play Altiok way back in the day, because I like that blue-yellow color scheme with the tiger stripes on it. I just like that color scheme. And so all my Guardians were painted that way, my Dreadnoughts were all painted that way and everything. And yeah, it was when these vehicles came out that there was Samhan, and I just love that bright red of the scheme with the white dragon symbol on it and everything. It just looked really cool. I thought, I'm going to do everything that way now. Yeah. So, but yeah, that Viper, I painted this Viper in 97. I painted this Viper when it first came out. And yeah, that's where I was as a painter in 97. Jacopo Monglio. Jeez. Jacopo Mongo. Howdy, Chris. Could you answer my question posted above? If I can find it. You paint mostly Malifaux right now, and they have awesome weirdscape bases. Just to give context to my question. Oh, no, that wasn't your question. You were giving context to your question. Hold on here. Let me see if I can find your question. See if I can find it. Hold on. Oh man, gotta go through all sorts of crap here. Okay, so Jacopo, you want to know, should I glue the model first, then paint it all, or paint the base after? You typically, I paint the base after I'm done the model. I've never painted the base of the model and then painted the model. I've always painted the model and then the base, or painted elements of the model and then the base, and then brought it all together. But usually if the model is attached to the base, I've always painted the model first and then painted the base. But if there was, say, sand or, you know, texture was going onto the base, I always did that before priming the model. So, yeah. So hopefully that answers your question. African Wise Man. I have been gone for many years on a long and difficult journey, but I have returned to greet the Monkey King and once again bask in his bountiful wisdom. Thank you, African Wise Man. Old Man Logan, that's Chris's painting age at age 5. Don't let him fool you. No, my painting at age 5 wasn't actually that spectacular either. But I did grasp concepts earlier than kids, but my execution was never like, it's not like I was painting the Mona Lisa while everybody else was doing stick figures or anything like that. It was nothing like that. But the concepts of reflection and things like that, yeah, I was imitating those before other kids were. Grundork, Old Man Logan, yeah, he's just trying to make us feel better. No, that's where I was. I mean, heck, even starting working for Mini Wargaming, my painting has increased quite a bit, really, because having to take people's questions in and, you know, show things differently and, you know, execute things in front of the camera, and also, like, you know, answering the same questions over and over again and trying to think of new ways to do things has really improved my own technique, whatever that might be. A friend of mine, he always mentions that he can always tell what models are painted by me, and I have a hard time with that one, you know. But he says he can always tell what models are painted by me. So no, it has your style on it. I don't have a style. I don't think I have a style. I don't know. I mean, but either way, yeah. And I can't remember where I was going with that one. But style, you know, because sometimes you kind of lose track of that kind of stuff these days, with all the airbrushing being done. You know, a lot of people's paint jobs start to look the same and everything. And I'm actually really starting to really appreciate when I'm seeing some of these really high level quality models being done, and I can see the brush strokes. I'm starting to appreciate that more now, because I can actually see the artist's hand at work, and I can see what they were doing and what they were trying to achieve, and you know what I mean. And I can appreciate that much more than rather than when everything's airbrushed and everybody's doing the same OSL effect, and you know what I mean. Like, everybody's doing everything the same with an airbrush, and you know, I mean, it looks cool on models. It's great for, you know, gaming pieces and stuff like that. But when you're looking to push it just a little bit further, and you know, you want to get a little bit deeper into the paint jobs, and you know what people were doing and what they were thinking when they were applying this color and that, and when they were having them sitting together, and you know what I mean, like, it's just different, I suppose. Jacopo, other question might be stupid. Nope, no stupid questions here. I am starting painting again after a 6-7 year hiatus, and I want to do it seriously right now. Back in the day, I used just one brush. Could you give me some advice on what brushes to buy, what kind, how many, and so on? That's a really broad question. Nothing wrong with buying Citadel brushes and, say, buying the entire Citadel brush set. Nothing wrong with that. Those brushes are fine. They're good quality. A lot of people like Da Vinci. And if you get anything from their, I think it's 2, 1, 0, 00, 000, you're pretty good. Raphael 8404 series. Again, going from the 2s to the 0s, 000s. Winsor Newtons can be expensive, as well as the Da Vinci's and the Raphaels. They can be all a bit expensive. Really, I guess, really the underlying thing is when you like, you'll want sable hair brushes, but as you're starting out and kind of getting back into this, you'll probably want some nylon, Taklon, or just regular synthetic brushes to get some painting done, to get some base coating done, stuff like that, even for some blends and stuff. And you know, that's fine. I mean, oftentimes I don't use a lot of synthetic brushes. I relegate my synthetics to other more harsher paints, like lacquer-based paints, where I'm using acetone thinners and stuff like that, not acrylic-based stuff. But anyways, when you're using just acrylic-based stuff, and you're getting into glazing and like fine layers and stuff like that, you'll want a sable brush, and you'll want a good sable brush for that, because it's going to give you the greatest amount of control. It's going to give you the best draw through the brush stroke. So I definitely would recommend sables in that regard. Nothing, again, like I said, nothing wrong with the Citadel. Nothing wrong with Army Painter. Army Painter's got good brushes. Vallejo sells good brushes. Yeah. When you're just getting back into the fold and then starting to work out your own technique, that's when you'll start to figure really out. You'll fine-tune your process, and you'll really kind of work out what brushes you need. But I mean, getting back into it and getting Citadel brushes, I mean, people will crap on Citadel brushes all day long because it's fashionable, I guess, but they're still decent brushes. They're sable. I think they're a sable mixture. I think they're a fine sable and something else a little bit coarser, because like this brush here is, like, if you'll see these in art supply stores, this is a hog hair brush. And it's a very firm white bristle brush, and You know, like you're not going to really doing, well, I mean, you might be doing some work with this, but, you know, whereas typically we'll be talking about sable hair brushes like this, and they're, you know, a fine hair, but you see it's still got a bit of spring and firmness to it. And I think because these are a sable blend, I don't think these are a pure sable, versus Winsor Newton's, which is a pure sable, and the sable is just like grass in the wind. It just flows. But again, you want that when you're glazing, but you'll want that a bit firmer hair when you're doing blends. When you want to really push the color around, you'll want a firmer bristle. So again, it's all experience, and it's all what you're doing. It's all, you know. But when you are, if you're going to go to an art supply store and look for brushes, look at the sable hair brushes, or even the synthetics. But look at the watercolor line brushes, the brushes that are designed for watercolor work. Those are the brushes you're going to want to look at, and pick the smallest brushes of those lines, and you should be pretty good. But if you really don't want to think about it too hard, pick up the Citadel brushes. There's nothing wrong with the Citadel brushes. What time is it? Holy man, we only got 3 minutes left, and I'm going to do one more email because, well, because we can, and because I'll be completely caught up at that point. So, headphones. Email time. Email time. That's the dance. What? That is a dance. I know. It's the only dance I got. This one is from Ben Ellis. Hello there, Maestro of the Monkeys. Painting has just started on the Space Wolf themed Warlord Titan. As shown in the previous emails, there is a custom head to go with it. However, as mentioned, the painting side of things has only just started. All painting is being conducted by Mahabanot of Awaken. I don't know. I assume that's a name. I'm going to assume it's a name, of course. Maha, is that how you say it? Anyway, as mentioned, this is the start of the painting, so there is very little to show you right now, but here's an update that I received on the 2nd of March. Kind regards, Ben. And so anybody might remember that Ben was showing us, they did a custom head for his Warlord Titan. And so he's getting this big wolf head put on. And it was like a 3D printed thing, I think. And so they're going to slap this guy on his Warlord. Now, Ben, are you going to keep both heads and do some like scenery with this other head, or maybe make them swappable, or, you know, something like that, or what? Teddy bear. And so, yeah. But here is the work on the legs of his Titan so far. And Awaken Realms. Awaken Realms? This is Awaken Realms? Yeah, this is Awaken Realms. Awaken Realms does really good work. Do they do work for us in Mini Wargaming? Awaken Realms? Yeah, but they have done commissions, eh? Yeah. Yeah. And they've done good work. And I've seen their work before, and, you know, they're really good. And this is consistent with that. Very nice. A Warlord Titan would be so much fun to do, but I would probably go bananas doing it. Like I say, like right now, like, oh man, I could totally do a Warlord Titan commission. But then I'd probably go bananas doing the Warlord Titan commission, and so then it probably wouldn't get done. So God bless anybody who wants to do this for somebody else. Like, put this much effort into something that big and that, like, that monstrous, and just, you know, and then say, here you go. Here's this great big piece of art that I made for, you know, 2 months straight, no sleep. Here you go. Enjoy, you know. And that's, of course, the thing about the paycheck. And the thing about the paycheck, well, then, you know, some might ask, where's the soul? No, but Awaken Realms does that's, what do you do for a living again? And it's soulless. I never said my work had a lot of soul. Are you kidding me? Soulless. Day in, day out. Paint this, paint that. Anyway. Yeah, so thank you, Ben, for sending that in. Awesome. When is the due date? When's the due date for this model to get done? Because, I mean, you've been showing pictures of that wolf for like a couple months now, and I mean, yeah, when's the due date, Ben? When is it? When are you supposed to get, when are they expected to ship it to you? Yeah. Or have they even given you a date? Has it just been kind of up in the air? And it's whenever I get it done. It'll be like a freaking year before you get it. Damien Hibbert, I've used on Rush for years an OG heavy metal Citadel brush, med best brush ever. Wow, what? Oh, the heavy metal Citadel brush. Yeah, I've used that one too. I still got, yeah, I got them in the tin. They came in the tin. Yeah, I got those. African wise man. This is new. Oh, the jingle. Yeah, we always thank Guy Muir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Bubble. That's his channel. For the jingle, he took the time to write out jingles for us. There's 4 of them that I like to play throughout the show, and you know, they're good for a laugh, make everybody smile. Different vibes for everybody. Metal, the hip hop. Ben, due date, I hope in a few months. No date given. I'm in no rush. Okay. But hopefully a few months. Because, yeah. Because that's quite a project. A Warlord Titan, that's a project and a half. I mean, I would like to tackle a project like that myself, but I'd get halfway through and I'd lose my mind. Damien Hibbert, sorry, fat phones. Or stupid phone, fat thumbs. Fat phones. It's a fat phone, man. Fat phones. All right, I think we're done. Are we done? Because that was all my emails. That's all the email. Oh no, Tyler just sent one in, but we're not getting it today. Just because I said so. Because we're past 2. It's past 2. I'm not doing it today. So yeah, I think we're done. So keep those emails coming in because I'm all caught up. So, you know, hopefully you send emails today. They'll be read on the next Way the Brush. And, of course, you send those emails to Kris@miniwargaming.com. If you're going to send pictures, for examples, what have you, send them as attachments within the email. Don't send it links to, like, off to other sites because that just annoys me. And oftentimes those links have all sorts of ads and crap and just, you know, no. Bad. And so, yeah. Of course, join me on waythebrush.com. Basically, essentially the hub of everything nowadays. So basically, all the Discord, we've been having a lot of fun with Discord. It's been a great way to stay in touch with everybody. And of course, you know, I talk all the time with, you know, like Old Man Logan, Aquamaster, and Grim, and you know, all these cats all the time on Discord. So it's a lot of fun. Join us there. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Way the Brush. You can also answer questions there. Of course, you know, also we have an event coming up for Adepticon, so we need people to confirm who've said that they might want to go. So we need those people to confirm for that event, and you know, yeah, of course that's on their Facebook page. That'll be in the Way the Brush Facebook page for under event. We just have basically we're doing a big game. We're doing a big apocalypse game. That's what we're doing, and Matthew Dammy is running it. Hopefully he'll be able to see straight for it. I'm all out of ideas. That's it, I think, right? Was that it? That was it. Oh, t-shirts. Of course, the t-shirts are on the waythebrush.com store. You can buy t-shirts. And, of course, if you buy a t-shirt, you got to take a picture of yourself in it for the Monkey Shrine because I'm taking pictures of everybody who sent me of their pictures for the Monkey Shrine because, you know, you can't have a Monkey Shrine without having monkeys in it. So, take pictures of yourselves. With the shirt on, not just, you know, keep it tasteful, please. Can't believe I have to add that. So, I think that's it. I'm done. Keep those emails coming. I'm all caught up. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week in another exciting episode of this show called what? Oh yeah, Way the Brush. Oh yeah, I like clicking things and nothing happens. That's awesome. Yeah, perfect. There we go.